Hey guys, in this video we're going to take all of the things that we've learned thus far and put them all together. So we're going to learn how to describe functions by saying whether or not they are actually a function, and if they are, using two words to describe them. That would be your task on your homework and on your test this week. For the purpose of this video, I will make sure to write out all of the different words that describe the function that you have in front of you. However, you're only required to pick two when it comes to doing work on your own. All right. So when we're looking at each of these functions, you want to use the vertical line test to decide whether or not it is a function. So if I'm looking at this first one, I know that if I draw a line right here or in honestly several other places, it will hit in two different spots. So this one is not a function. And since it's not a function, we do not have to describe it. This one may be hard to see on the video, but it's just these dots here. And if you look, each dot is separate from the others. So if I draw a vertical line test through any of them, I will not touch more than one dot. So this is a function. And the easiest one to think about is the fact that it is discrete because there are just dots. So discrete would be one word you could use. It is also increasing. All the dots are in a straight line, so that makes it linear. And since it is linear, it is also constant. Again, you only have to pick two words here, but I'll write them all out for the notes. All right, this next one is a V-shaped graph. That would be absolute value. And again, it's going to pass the vertical line test. So this one is definitely a function. And like I said, it's absolute value. Since it is absolute value, we also know that it's going to have either a max or a min. So you're looking for a high or a low point. This is a high point. The arrows tell me it goes down forever, so there's no low point. That means it has a max or a maximum. Since it opens down, it is decreasing. And since I could draw this without picking up my pencil, it's also continuous. All right. Next one is U-shaped. Again, passes the vertical line test. Our U-shaped graphs are called quadratic. And since it is quadratic, that means there will be a max or a min. In this case, it is a max. It opens down, which means it's decreasing. And again, it's not made up of dots, so that is continuous. All right, this next one here, it would pass the vertical line test over here, but if you notice as you get closer to this here, it starts touching in more than one place. It touches the graph in 1, 2, 3 places, so this one is not a function. This one looks just like that one, but it's turned differently, so that means as I go throughout the whole thing, it's never going to touch the graph more than once, so this one passes the vertical line test. And this one actually has a lot less words. It is continuous because I could trace it without ever picking up my pencil. It's not made out of dots. So continuous is a word that I would use. It is increasing here, but decreasing here. So you could use either word. One word that you wouldn't use is max or min, though. Even though there's a lower point here and a higher point here, there are arrows on either end. This arrow means it goes up forever, so there can't be a maximum. And this arrow here means it goes down forever, so there can't be a minimum. So these are the only three words that you could choose from. All right, the last row, this one again would pass the vertical line test. So it is a function. This one is exponential. It is increasing. And it is continuous. Okay, again, this one here would pass the vertical line test. So it's a function. It's continuous, even though these dots are here. You see how they're connected? I can still trace that with my pencil, so that makes it continuous. It does have a low point right here, so I could say minimum. It is increasing in all places. It goes up here and it's open up there, so I could say increasing. And also there are no arrows on the end, which means this here is a maximum, so I could also say maximum. All right, now the last one, if I put a line here, or honestly in several different places, it's going to touch the graph more than once, so this one is not a function. So again, your job for these types of problems is to decide whether or not the graph is a function, and if it is a function, use 2 words to describe it using all those words that we talked about in previous notes.